Krishna. So we welcome all of you for today's morning Bhagvatam class. So I'm so thankful to Iskcon Perth devotees, all of you. You are very loving, welcoming, warm, and I'm feeling like a home here. Uh, I'm not feeling that I am alone. I'm new to this place, looking like that I belong to your family. And that is the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, that he created such a ISKCON family, that we can never think that we are alone somewhere. When I was coming here for the first time, I was not knowing whom to meet, where to go. Though I know few devotees, but not physically have seen anyone. So like Srila Prabhupada was in anxiety for before going America. So I was also thinking how people will respond. Will they accept me? Will they like me? Will they love me? But though because I am having so many faults also, still you people are so loving that you're welcoming. What to talk about Krishna Bihari Prabhu, Rasikanand Prabhu, Achyut Seva Prabhu. So everybody is so welcoming, so loving. So I'm so thankful to all of you for making me feel like a family here. Hare Krishna. So this is a very wonderful topic. It's one of the topic which brought me here, actually, in Krishna consciousness. When I was working in a corporate sector, so in year 2002, I got some books from Iskcon. While I was traveling in a train, I met some devotees. They gave me Bhagavad Gita. So I started reading Bhagavad Gita and my life started transforming, though I was working in a corporate. In year 2006, I was doing Govardhan Parikrama and I met one devotee. He was Russian. He knows English speaking. So he said, why don't you take this book? That book name was Second Chance. So I was thinking what to do, what not to do in my personal life, because when you read Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, it pushes you to become spiritual. But the demands in the material world, they drags you back, that you have to fulfill that material desires. So I was in a perplexed situation. Should I become a full-time devotee, or should I be a corporate person and a weekender doing weekend services or Monday to Sunday services? So one verse in Bhagavad Gita was giving me a push. Ya idam paramam guhyam mad bhaktesha vidhasate bhakti mai param kritvam evam isasya sanchayam. One who delivers this secret knowledge to my devotees become dearmost. So I was again in a complex situation. Should I be a favorite devotee of the Lord, or I should remain general devotee, like a weekender devotee? So while in Govardhan Parikrama, that Russian devotee was pushing, please take this book, please take this book. I said, I already have many books, because since 2002, 2006, 4 years, many books, so many books in my gallery. Reading, I've read all the books of Prabhupada. I said, but I was not a full-time till that time. So that book says, a pastime of Ajamil. Ajamil delivered by the Vishnu Dutas. He was a Brahmin, and a Brahmin till the age of 25. And it was in the interiors of a UP called as Kanyakubja Brahmin in India. So the Brahmin used to visit forest every morning to pluck flowers to offer to the Sri Krishna. So one day he observed a lady in a crying mood and another male member trying to pacify her, and they were very in an intimate position. So he was just looking like we looks Instagram and Facebook continuously for hours. He's continuously looking, and his heart was transforming to material desires. And suddenly he started thinking that my 25 years of age has gone just worshipping Lord. What I have got? Nothing, no sense gratification. This is nice. I should also try such woman. 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, he was coming regularly. And one day, he found that that male member is missing. And the woman is alone, crying. So he thought, I should go and pacify her. He went nearby and said, "Why are you crying?" She said, "That male utilized me and now he has left me alone. I am so alone. I need someone." He said, "I am with you. I am with you." So sometimes it's a Maya. So the material Maya plays a role. Instead of preaching sometimes to someone, people drags us into the Maya. And I've seen many such cases happening in Iskcon also. People come to Krishna consciousness, and while they go for preaching, they meet material people in the world. And material people, instead of pacifying them and bringing them to the Krishna consciousness, the Krishna conscious person slips down to material world. Because that's Maya, so powerful. We are fighting only 2 hours a day against Maya by chanting Hare Krishna mantra. But Maya is working 24 hours. She is more powerful. Like we see in Gajendra Stuti, Gajendra was held by the crocodile in the pond. But in the pond, Maya was this crocodile was more powerful than the elephant. So we are into the material pond where the crocodile Maya is more powerful than the person, a devotee, a Gajendra, who is doing stutis. So the Maya is more powerful in this material world. When we go to Goloka, then we are powerful. But till that time we are here, para prakriti into the apara prakriti becomes weakened by the modes of material nature, satoguna, rajoguna, and tamoguna. So till that time, we don't do the stuti like Gajendra did in the last time. Oh Akhilen, Brahmand Nayak, Jagat Pate, he do a lot of prayers, remembering his past life as he was a king, Indradumna. So when he remembered that I was a devotee in my past life, I remember so many stutis, so many stotras, and he chanted the prayer, Gajendra Moksha. So when he chanted Gajendra Moksha, Krishna came and saved that person. Similarly, that Ajamil was captured by Maya. His stutis could not help him. Till the time the stutis and the chanting is not done intensely from your heart, it's not going to help. So Ajamil was a staunch follower of Krishna consciousness, offering flowers, doing stutis, bhajans every day till the age of 25. Brahmachari Pakka. He was married also. He has 2 children, but he was a grasta, brahmachari. He was doing relationship with women only for begetting the Krishna conscious children. And he was doing so much of spiritual practice. But few moments with the material woman and intimate relationships of that woman with some male members dragged him back to the material Maya. And instead of preaching and bringing her, he slipped down. And till the age of 88, from 25 to 88, he became follower of that lady. And because of that lady, he married to that woman, left his original wife, original children, married to that woman, and remained into material engagements for the actual age of 88. And when the woman was already given 9 children, there was 10th children in the womb of that woman. Few sadhus came to their place and they asked, "We need some bhiksha from you, something, some donation, some charity from you." She said, "I am a very bad woman. I have broken many families. I am a prostitute. I've broken many families, and recently, few years back, I married to a person and I broke his family also. He left his original wife, he left his children, and now he is with me. But from within, I feel guilty. Now I am also old, and I think that I have done wrong to him, wrong to the woman he left. So I cannot give you food cooked by me, because a food cooked by some material person has a lot of grave material consciousness. So we should avoid food cooked by material person, and we should always eat food cooked by devotees who are chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. So we should always eat food which is cooked by devotees. Visher ann khaila, dusht hailo man, nahi Krishna smaran. Sometimes when we come to different countries, we think that what we can do, there are no many devotees, we are in Maya, we have to try a little bit. How can we eat food every time we are working here? How can we have Krishna conscious food every time? But try and try until you succeed. Do not lose hope. Never eat food which is cooked by material people. It's a great loss of a Krishna conscious devotee. Only three things can save you: your intense chanting, your continuously hearing of Srimad Bhagvatam, and your prasadam. So, Bhagavatam, when you hear, you come in association of devotees. When you chant Hare Krishna, you are in association of Lord. But when you eat prasadam, cooked by material people, it drags you back to the material consciousness. It's a very great sin of a Krishna conscious devotee to eat food cooked by people, those who are not chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Visher anna khaila, dusht haila man. This mind will become contaminated. And if the mind is contaminated, dushta haila man nahi Krishna smaran. You cannot remember Krishna continuously. So you have to eat prasadam every time, wherever you are in the whole world. Try and try. You can eat fruits, milk, dry fruits. Do not eat food cooked by material people. Because when the food goes on fire, it engrosses the Krishna consciousness. No, it has the material consciousness, a person who is cooking. So even you offer food to the Lord, Lord will take out the sin out of it, but not the consciousness out of it. God will take out the sin. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter, verse 13, Yagya shishtanashno muchyante sarva kalvishe bhujante te agham papam yat pachyante atmakarana. If you are cooking food for yourself, you are doing it sense gratification. But when you are cooking food for the Lord, then I will take out sin, and you are doing yagya. That is a yagya, offering bhoga to the Lord. So, but the cooked food from whom? So Krishna will take out the sin out of it, but not the consciousness. So there are so many cases we know. And Ajamil is an example of bad consciousness. Till the 25 years of age, he was eating prasadam. But he started eating food cooked by that material woman, all consciousness gone. Do not think that we are chanting Hare Krishna, we are offering food to the Lord. Maybe it is being cooked by some McDonald's or something. But in a quick moment, it will take your consciousness away. You will think that I am chanting Hare Krishna, but I am not relishing it. I am hearing Bhagavatam every day, but I am not relishing it. What's happening with me? Is actually your food is not good. So, ahara shuddhi, sattva shuddhi, chitta shuddhi, Krishna smriti. It's a Vedic mantra. Ahara shuddhi, sattva shuddhi. All these sattva gunas get purified just by eating prasadam. So do not think prasadam as food, and that is why we eat food, we honor prasadam. Prasadam is to be honored because prasadam is non-different from the Lord. Prasad, Prabhu, sa sakshat, the darshan. Prabhu ke sakshat darshan is prasad. So prasadam is non-different from Lord himself. It's a merciful incarnation of Krishna in the form of prasadam. And that's why we should not leave a single grain particle in our plate, because its prasadam is non-different from the Lord. Do not throw prasadam in dustbins. It's a great offense. Do not drop the charnamrit on the floor. It's a great offense. So we have to honor prasadam, honor charnamrita. Similarly, like we honor the deities of the Lord, the holy name, and the granthas, Bhagvatam. So the Ajamil became so bad in consciousness. So that woman said, Sadhus, I cannot give you food because my consciousness is bad. So Sadhu said, okay, you give us raw food. We can take raw food. and then we cook by ourselves. This shows that raw food does not carry contaminated consciousness. And that's why we can have dry fruits, a milk which is not cooked on fire. We can have that food. Once it's cooked, it has material consciousness. Or cooked by devotee, it has Krishna consciousness. So Ajamil was out at that time. That woman gave raw material to the sadhus. Sadhus cooked food by themselves, eat prasadam, and they blessed the lady that we think that you are again carrying some child in your womb. So we want to bless that when this boy will come or the girl will come, you should keep the name of a child a Krishna conscious name. Because in the end of your life, because you are in a practice of calling your children by the name, if you keep your name Jack and Jill, and at the last, then Jack and Jill came up to the hill, came to the hill Kalamunda. So, but the Jack and Jill cannot save you from Yamdutas, the Yamraj, from the hellish planets. But if you keep the name of your children as Gaurangi, Krishnangi, Krishna, Gaura, Gauranga, so these names, because we are habitual of calling our children by these names. So when we call, at the last time when the Yamdutas are there, and they will drag our soul out of this material body. Srila Prabhupada used to say, it's like a rented house for some years, and once we are done, then even we want to live for long, but the Yamdutas, they take out our soul. How many Yamdutas come to take out our soul from our body? Do you know? 3 Yamdutas come every time. Why 3? Because we do sins through Manasa, Vacha, Karmana. Through our mind, through our actions, and through our Vani, words. So BMW, we are driving every day. You will say, Prabhuji, we don't have BMW. But we do sins through body, minds, and words. BMW. So we carry BMW every day. And Yamdutas comes to take away that BMW. The body, mind, and words sins we have done. And also they have 3 ropes to drag out. Every Yamduta carries the ropes. 3 ropes says the rope of Satoguna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. So till the time we don't cross over the 3 modes of material nature, it's a no chance of that we go back to Krishna Loka. Even a Satoguna is a bondage. Satoguna bondage, people sometimes become perplexed. How can the Satoguna can be a bondage? Satoguna is a bondage like, I'm speaking Srimad Bhagvatam, and devotee starts glorifying me. Prabhuji, very nice. You gave nice class. And I started accepting that glory is with me. Yes, I did it nice. And that is a bondage of a Satoguna. I did Kirtan. People glorified me. Yes, I am Kirtaniya. Next time, Mayapur Kirtan Mela, I will be invited. Haribol. You are done. Though you will be invited, but Krishna will not invite you. You can get victorious in this material world, but you cannot be victorious in the eyes of Krishna. Krishna needs that whatever you are doing is all because I am blessing you. Your spiritual master is blessing you. Srila Prabhupada is blessing you. We are less like us, a box, these boxes attached here. The sound is coming from these boxes, and this mic, I am speaking here. The mic starts having a illusion that this mic is speaking, and the boxes becomes illusion that they are giving the nice sound. And the moment I stop speaking, nobody will like to hear them. No sound coming from the boxes. Similarly, Krishna residing in our heart, speaking, and we are just a sound box. The sound is coming from my mouth. So the glories are of Krishna residing in my heart. No glories of me. I am just a sound box. I am just an instrument in the hands of Krishna. Nimitta matren bhav savisachi. I am just an instrument. The moment I start thinking that I am the doer, so everything becomes bondage. Satoguna is a bondage. Rajoguna is a bondage. When we want to prove this world that I am something, that is a passion. Even though you want to prove into spiritual world, oh, that Prabhu, is doing this, I will do this. If you're taking it as an inspiration, that's good. That's not mode of passion. But instead of inspiration, we become jealous of others. And if somebody is doing good, so the people around will say, he's good, but not that good like I am. He's good, but not that good like I am. He is a good devotee, but I will suggest you do not follow him. He is not a pure devotee like me. You have to follow me. You can come to his class, but you have to follow me only. I am the purest devotee. So these kind of consciousness is a mode of passion. And devotees into Krishna consciousness, they start eating food outside. Though they come to temple and they put tilaks and everything, but they likes to roam around also. They want to enjoy this material nature. They roam around, they go for picnics, they go for material engagements, and they think spirituality is a part of our life, but this human life is meant for enjoyment. So that's mode of ignorance. We are ignoring God. We are meant for serving Krishna. Yes, we can. Material nature is a part of our spiritual engagements. But we do not think like that. Out of 24 hours, we think some hours for Krishna, rest hours for my enjoyment. But it's wrong. The whole life is for Krishna. Some hours to maintain my family is material working. So sometimes people think that we are material people and we have to do something called spirituality. But it's wrong understanding. We are spiritual beings with some material experiences. We are spiritual beings. We are Sachidananda souls. We are spiritual beings. We are not the material beings. But our consciousness, body consciousness, make us understand that we are body, we are the material person. If I will not work, how the food will come? If I will not work, how will that my life will sustain? So we have to work, but does not think that because you are working, you are getting food. Srila Prabhupada gives an example of a donkey. Donkey is working, he thinks that if I work, I get a grass from my owner. The grass is free everywhere. He can go and eat and can live without working. But he works day and night, thinking, because I work, that's why I got a grass. Grass is already in his life. So, karmana adhikaraste. So you have adhikar, you have authority to work. Ma phaleshu kadachana. You don't have authority for the results in your hands. But people start thinking the result is because of my efforts. I am doing efforts, that's why I'm getting results. That's illusion of Maya. You do your work, but the result is not your hands. Karmana vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Ma karma phal heturbhur. Ma to sangvasto karmaniyam. You are not the cause of the success. If you're successful, do not think you are the cause. And sometimes people think, if I am not the cause, I am not the owner of the results, then why to work? Then Krishna says, Ma to sango asto akarmanya. Do not become akarmanya. You have to do action. You cannot live life without action because soul is an active. Soul is active. Sometimes people say when we leave our bodies, we go and we will rest in peace. There is no peace. There is nothing called peace in the world, in the entire universe, spiritual and material. The soul is an active, its principle is an active soul. So the soul will always working. How can it be in peace? Soul can be in peace only when soul starts thinking that I am the servant of Krishna. Bhoktaram yagatabasam sarva loka maheshwaram surdam sarva gyatam gyatvam shantim bragachati. When soul thinks that I am the servant and Bhokta is Krishna, he is the enjoyer, I am to be enjoyed. Then life becomes good. You are peaceful while living when you leave bodies. But if you think that here is so much of stress in this material world, oh Krishna, please make me die, I should rest in peace. There is no peace. You will come back again in more material consciousness body and you have to live life again with more anxieties. So it's better to understand this life that Krishna is the owner and we are the servant of Krishna. That's the real peace. You will become the Param Shanti, real peace. So Ajamil was not knowing this And he kept the name, as per the sadhu suggested, the son's name was given Narayana. So when the Yamdutas was taking out his soul out of the body, he loudly chanted the name of his son. Narayana! Chant with me. Narayana! Narayana! Chant loudly. Narayana! You're not chanting. Everybody has to chant. Narayana! If you don't chant loudly right now, I'm guarantee at last time also you cannot chant loudly. And if you don't chant loudly, your voice will not reach to Krishna. Krishna Lok is very far away. Very far. So you have to chant loudly. Narayana! No, still I don't get it right. Just think that's last time. You never know. Today is the last class of your life. Prabhupada used to say, if you think that there is a lot of time, I will develop later on, some sannyasi Maharaj will come, and when he will say Narayana, then I will chant Narayana, because the Prabhu is not my spiritual master. Why I will say Narayana? But Narayana name is your God's name, not my name. You have to chant loudly. Narayana! Still I don't get it right. So you all have to chant, I will wait. Narayana. And now chant loudly. Narayana! Yeah. It's better now. So this is how very loudly chanted by Ajamil Narayana. So just these 4 alphabets. Na, Ra, Ya, Na. 4 alphabets. And 4 Vishnu Dutas appeared in front of Ajamil. 4. And 3 Yamdutas. So the party on the side of Yamdutas is weakened. 3 people. And party on the Vishnu Dutas, 4 people. So they are more powerful. With Shankha, Chakra, Katha and Padma. They are like the Vishnu's incarnation. Vishnu Dutas are similarly like Vishnu. There's no difference. Only the difference, Vishnu having Shri Vatsa chin on the chest and a Kaustup Mani garland in the neck. Just this difference. Otherwise, Jai, Vijay, all the Vishnu Dutas similarly look like Vishnu. So Vishnu Dutas came, and Yamdutas has never seen Vishnu Dutas in their life. Because if they have seen Vishnu Dutas, they could not become Yamdutas. Because they have never seen. And who are Yamdutas, you know? Who become Yamdutas? The people, those who do sin in their life. And after a lot of learnings, they do not leave doing sin in this life. They go to the hellish planets. And there are thousands of hellish planets. And in Bhagvatam, Shukadev Muni explaining to Parikshit, only 28 types of hellish planets. Only 28. So he says after that you are not going to hellish planet, I am not going to hellish planet. Why to talk in much detail? So I am explaining only few, 28. Otherwise, there are thousands and thousands of hellish planets explained in Garun Purana. So when some soul goes to one hellish planet like Raurav Narakaha, and after experiencing lot of struggle there in a yatana body, a body given for the material pains, and then takes this material earthly body for giving out again the same miseries in this life. So the hellish planet is a training center. When you come back, you have to get the same miseries here again. That if you done some sins here, you go to the hellish planet and you have to become pig or hog in your next life. So now you are eating so much of good food, but next life you have to become pig and you have to eat stool on the roads. How can you eat? Directly transfer, the pig will die. So the training to be done. So taken to the hellish planets, and the soul is kept in a special body for the material pains. And then when he become experienced of eating stool, then given the soul into the hog's body. Now you can live happily. And then hogs becomes pleasureful life in a pig's body, says, yes, I am satisfied. And that is the conditioned soul. In every condition becomes satisfied and starts living happily. Yes, I am happy, I am happy, I am happy. If you go in Perth and ask people all around that this life is dukhalayam, they will say, it's for you, not for me. I am very happy. I have 2 cars, I have a good bungalow. I am driving on the special roads. It's not like India, traffics. I'm very enjoying. Pleasurable. Dukhalayam for the Indian people, for the Australian people, it's Sukhalayam. But it's not like that. Pig also thinks that he is very happy, but the pig is in a bad condition. So similarly, the Yamdutas become souls, those who go in 1, 2, 3, 4, come back and again go, come back and again go. And when he's experienced of thousands of the hellish planets, then Yamraj says he is a dedicated disciple. He is a dedicated disciple. He should become Yamduta now. He knows each and every nook and corner of the hellish planets. So the Yamraj, by the merciful nature, because he's a Vaishnava, out of the 12 Mahajanas, Yamraj is one of them. So Yamraj, by the merciful nature, says, okay, if you're so much dedicated to me, you become a Yamduta. And that's why Yamdutas have never, in their thousands births, they have never worshipped Vishnu or Krishna. Otherwise, they could not have entered to the hellish planets. So Yamdutas have never seen Vishnu. They were surprised to see very effulgent 4 people with conch in their hand and the club in their hand, the Sudarshan Chakra in their hands, a lotus in their hand. Who are they? And the Vishnu Dutta says, leave him. If you will not leave him right now, we'll cut your neck right now with our Sudarshan Chakras. They were become very fearful. This is our client. He is such a sinful person. Last so many years he's doing sin. He's eating contaminated food, living with a prostitute woman and doing all the mischievous activities. Vishnu Dutta says, but he chanted the name Narayana. You know the power of the holy name. He chanted the name Narayana and he's eradicated all his past sins. So there was a lot of conversation going on. And that is written a book, a special book by Srila Prabhupada. And that book is named as Second Chance. And I got that book. And when I read, I thought it's my story. Because I am a Brahmin. For the age 25, my family taught me, I come from Vrindavan Dham, originally from Mathura Vrindavan Dham, ancestors. And I've seen my grandparents doing worship in home. But now I am dragged by the material nature to study. I went out. Now I'm traveling. I'm in other countries. I'm studying. I'm working for a multinational companies, corporates. And I'm trying to marry a woman who belongs to some other country. But later on, this will happen to me. So that Krishna is giving me a one chance in 2002 when I got Gita. But I could not understand that Gita. So now the Krishna is giving me second chance that now you have to surrender your life. In 2006, I dedicated full time to Krishna consciousness and I left my career and I became a preacher in Krishna consciousness. That this is a second chance and now third chance Krishna will not give me. So this is how Ajamil's life is like that. So when Vishnu Dutas shouted loudly, Yamdutas went back to Yamaraj, to the master. And this verse says here that when they went back, they asked to Yamaraj. Yamduta said to Yamaraj, our dear Lord, how many controllers or rulers are there in the material world? They are surprised. We think that there is one ruler, only the Yamaraj. But Vishnu Dutas are more powerful. It means there is some other master also available. And we didn't know that. How many causes are responsible for manifesting the various results of the activities performed under the 3 modes of material nature? How many causes are there? Because they said he has done holy name at the last moment of his life. So this is one cause, one reason for his cutting all the bondages. So they thought we know only the one cause, sin, sin and sin. And result is hellish planet, hellish planet, hellish planet. But at the last moment, that sinful person chanted Na, Ra, Yan, 4 alphabets and he went back to Vishnu Dut. So how can we understand this? This was a question. The Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur, Prabhupada using the commentary, Yamdutas, the order carrier of Yamaraj, were so disappointed word is used, disappointed, that they asked their master, almost in a great anger, they become angry. We so thought our training was like done, hey, you are the most powerful, take this bands and sticks, go and bring that soul. And we think that we are the controllers. But we are like very weakened in front of all Vishnu Dutas. What is happening? In great anger, they were asking whether there were many masters. because Yamdutas had been defeated us and their master could not protect them. They said, we were dead at that moment. We forgively, and they have forgiven us. We asked for forgiveness, and mercifully Vishnudutas left us. Otherwise, Yamaraj, we were almost gone. What have you done? You sent to the wrong address. He is a client of Vishnu Loka. So what is this Vishnu Loka? Who are the Vishnudutas? So they were asking questions in great anger. So just imagine, by the 4 alphabet words Narayan, he has got 4 Vishnudutas. If you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, how many alphabets? 16 are the words, alphabets, 32. Dvatis Aksharam Mantram. It's a shloka in Padma Puran. Dvatis means 32. Dvatis Aksharam Mantram Shodash Nam Kanvitam. 16 words. Dvatis Aksharam Mantram Shodash Nam Kanvitam Prajapan Vaishnavam Nityam Radha Krishna Sthalam Labhet. If somebody chants according to the Vaishnav rules, he will get Krishna Loka at the last time. So you will get 16 Vishnudutas, or you will get 32 Vishnudutas. It depends on intensity of your chanting. So when you are chanting Hare Krishna in a sleepy mode, then that voice will not reach to your family members, not to talk about Vishnu Loka. So whenever you chant, Prabhupada used to say, it depends on the intensity. If a thief in the morning plans to steal from someone's home, and the person is also worshipping Krishna, and the thief is also worshipping Krishna. Oh Krishna, give me power to steal from Siddharth Prabhu's house. And Siddharth Prabhu is praying, Prabhu, oh Lord Krishna, please bestow your mercy that nobody should steal from my house. So Prabhupada asked this question to his devotees. What will happen? Theft will happen or not? Yes or no? Depends on what? Intensity of prayers. If the thief is doing a lot of intense prayers, then the theft will happen. And if the owner of the house is intensely praying, then the protection will happen. So we have to see, if we want to get protected, we have to loudly chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. So sometimes people say that it's very easy. Do a lot of sinful life, live life bad, and at the last moment you can chant Hare Krishna and you can deliver. It's very easy. It's good. But Krishna is not so easy to understand. It's tricky. If you are not practiced Krishna consciousness for your whole life, it's guaranteed last time you cannot remember Krishna. Krishna says, Sarvasya chaham hridasani vishto mata smritirgya namapohanam cha vedeshu durlabh adurlabham atma bhakto. So Krishna says, the Vedas also cannot understand. Vedascha sarvam aham eva vedyo vedanta krit veda vichaham. I quoted wrong. So Krishna is the owner of the Vedas. He is the speaker of the Vedas. He is the reciter of the Vedas. He is the creator of the Vedas. Vedas means knowledge. Without knowledge, Vedana. Vedana is painful. So if you have Vedas, you have knowledge. And if you have no Vedas, no knowledge of Krishna, that is Vedana, painful life. Vedana. So Krishna is Sarvasya Chaham Hridasani Vishnu. He is residing in your heart. He knows how intensely you have chanted whole life. If you are not chanted nicely, Janam Janam Rishitap Karahi Antakal Ram Kahvat Aine. Krishna or Ram will not appear. Janam Janam Rishitap Karahi Antaram Kahe Avat Nahi. Ram will not come. Even you do a lot of tapasyas or austerities, that I will chant at the last moment. In India, there is a practice some of you might be knowing. When somebody passes away, we say Ramanam Satya hai. The name of the Lord Ram is the truth, Satya. What is the use of taking it the last time? When the soul for whom you are taking is already gone. And for the people, those who are carrying the dead body, they don't know, they don't understand. They are just verbally like a parrot saying Ram Nam Satya. But they are not also accepting it. Otherwise, they could have started chanting the holy name. So they also say and come back and soul. So one boy asked the father, Father, the people, those who are chanting this Ramanam Satya hai, for whom? The father said, this is irony of the life. For whom it is chanted, is already gone. And those who are chanting, they cannot understand. It's irony of life. If they understand, they will start chanting intensely. And the chanting of the holy name. And also, this point need to be understood. Narayan name could not deliver Ajamil because the whole life he did not chant it. Do not think the end time of saying Ram or Krishna can save you. Because he has done 25 years, the beginning of his life in Krishna consciousness. That's why the Vishnu Dutas appeared by the name of Narayan. If from the beginning of your life you are sinful, the last time of Krishna or Ram cannot save you. Because there is a verse in Bhagvat Gita, 8th chapter, verse number 5. Ant kale cha mamevah smaran muktava kalevar. Smaran is not saying bulva. Bulva muktava kalevram. It's not about speaking out, it's about remembering. If even sometimes old people passes away, people say, Mataji, chant Krishna, Mataji, chant Rama. What's the use of chanting that name at that time? If lady says also, Ram. There are many people, those who left their bodies by saying Ram, but their whole life they have not chanted the holy name. Will they get delivered? Not possible. There is no intensity, there is no love. So they will not enter into Vaikuntha for sure. So what is the power of that name? That if they chanted the name, they will not enter to the hellish planets. People say that if you chant Ram Nam, they will get mukti, liberation. Liberation means what? They will not enter hellish planet, but they have to come back into the cycle of birth and death. They will not enter Vaikuntha. Sometimes somebody passes away and people said, we are chanting name on their behalf. That's not like that. If you can't eat food on somebody's behalf, like I don't like to eat today, so Rasikanand Prabhu, please eat 2 plates today. So will that work for me? So how can somebody chanting for me works for me? It will not work. So why will we say that chant for me, please pray for me? So that prayerful mood will work. Prayerful mood will work. That words will not work. That prayerful mood will work. Oh Krishna, this person is in miseries. I am praying. Please, merciful, you are merciful. Please bestow his blessings. That prayerful mood will save. But that words will not save. If like a parrot, in India there is a procedure people follow that if I am suffering with some grave Mangal Dasha or a Shani Dasha, I will ask some Pandit ji, please chant some Mangal mantras on my behalf. And they will charge heavily and they will say, we will do puja on your behalf. Will it work? There is nobody's mood, prayerful mood, not even the Pandit ji having a prayerful mood. Pandit ji also does not want that person should be saved from Mangal Dasha. He only wants my Dasha should be better. I should get more remunerations. So this will not work actually. It's a wrong practice, been practiced for so long. So we need to understand, we can pray for someone, but we can't do somebody's chanting or reading or hearing on his behalf. Everybody has to fly their own planes. So we should be very intense should be there. And another point to be understood, that Ajamil was not delivered at that time. He was given a chance, and that's why the book name is Second Chance. A second chance was given. Now you become a devotee and chant intensely. People sometimes quote wrongly that by just saying Narayana, he was delivered to the Vaikuntha. Wrong. It's not in Bhagvatam, it's not written. He was given a second chance. Then he understood after seeing the conversation that there will be no third chance given. I should be serious now. And he left his home, wife, children, everyone, and went to Haridwar, nearby Ganges. And he sat down for 6 months. Continuously, he chanted, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Just by intense chanting for 6 months, when he originally left the body again, and he was taken to Vaikuntha Loka. So only one word Narayan will not take you to the Vaikuntha. So do not become dependent on the holy name. That holy name at the last moment I will chant nicely. Now I can live my life happily. I am connected with Krishna. It's okay. Every time you not to be serious. It's a lot of time. Jaldi jaldi kya karna, Prabhuji? Abhi to jeena barso. A lot of life is remaining. I'm just 30, 40, 50 years. I will die at 100, 80, 85. So what's the use of now becoming so serious, so intensity? You can die any moment. Other moment after this class, when we go back, something can happen. Maybe we are not meeting again in afternoon class or evening class. Maybe. So Prabhupada used to say, if you want to make your bhajana strong, then think that this is my last japa bead. This is my just last japa mala. After this, I may not get a chance again to chant Hare Krishna. So think every japa mala as your last mala, every japa bead as your last bead. Then you can become serious. Every Bhagvatam class as your last class. Every prasadam is your last meal. Every moment is your last moment. Then you can remain unattached, happily, and you can stay wherever you are. Graha thake, bana thake, shada hari, bole dhake. You stay in your home, you stay in your forest, wherever you stay, if you're chanting Hare Krishna, and Maya cannot touch you. And at last life, you will go back. Then another fourth point comes, if I chanted whole life, and Prabhuji, at the last moment we see that some devotees, they're suffering with a very chronic diseases, and they could not chant, they are on ventilators. We have seen some sannyasis also, they leave their life on ventilators. At that time, will we go back to Goloka? Because we have chanted whole life, but at the last moment, could not chant. So Krishna in Vara Puran guarantees, Kaf Pitta Vitta Yuktenaha, when your voice will be in Kaf Vat Pitta, in Ayurveda there are three terminologies, Kaf, Vata and Pitta. With these three terminologies says that when we will die, the Kaf, Pitta, Vat will hold our voice, choke our voice. At that time, Krishna says, even Kaf, Vata, Pitta, Yuktenaha, even if you are controlled by Kaf, Vata, Pitta at the last moment, because you have chanted my rounds nicely whole life, I make sure that I come in your remembrance. Maybe you are not speaking your words, but in remembrance, Sarvasya chaham hridasani vishta matir smritir jnanam apohanam cha. So Krishna says, I am the forgetfulness and I am the remembrance. Because you have done service nicely whole life, I make sure I will come in the remembrance, even you are on ventilator. So this terminology says, calculation, probability, that the people, those who do sinful life whole life, and they chant in the last, they will not protect it. They are protected from the hellish planets, but they cannot go back Kunta. And the person who has done whole life spiritual practice, and the last moment he died of an accident, on a road accident. So will he enter Vaikuntha? Because he could not chant the name. Yes, because when he will be leaving his body, Krishna makes sure in Puranas, I will appear in your mind, because I am the remembrance and I am the forgetfulness. So what a benefit Krishna has given. In this lifetime, only becoming a devotee of Krishna, we can be delivered of hellish planets from the earthly planets, and we go back to Krishna Loka, and after entering that Loka, we do not need to come back again into this material world. So it's good, it's very nice. Hare Krishna, thank you so much. If you have any questions, we can take. Have any questions? Prabhuji, yep.
So in the so in the case of Ajamil, is this the correct understanding? At the end of his life, he got the second chance, and then he lived for another 6 months.
Yes, that's what I said. It's wrong understanding that only by chanting Narayana he entered Vaikuntha. Nobody can enter Vaikuntha till the time you don't have a love for Krishna. Till the time that intense bhajan is not there, you can be saved from hellish planets by chanting the Lord's Ram. Like in Kashi, there's a Kashi Vishwanath, Shivji is there, Lord Shiva is there. And people think that if we die in Kashi, we'll go back to Vaikuntha. Because Shivji chants the name Lord Ram in the ear of the people, those who are living bodies in the Kashi. And that is why Kashi is known as Muktadaini. Out of the 7 Puris, a Muktadaini Puri, a Kashi Puri. So Banaras, the Kashi Puri, can deliver you only from entering to the hellish planets. And sometimes we say that if somebody become a devotee of Krishna, 21 ancestors get purified. And they will enter into Vaikuntha. It's also a wrong understanding. Till the time there is no love for Krishna, you cannot enter Vaikuntha. So they will be delivered from entering the hellish planets. Like Prahlad's father, Hiranyakashipu, though he was a son of a demon, and by the terminology given as Narsingha Deva, Lord Narsingha, Tri Saptabhi Pitaha Putaha, the 3 generations, 7 from the mother side, 7 from the father side, and 7 coming into the generation. So these 21 generations get purified. Purified means people think that they will also enter Vaikuntha. If somebody become a devotee, everybody will enter Vaikuntha. But why did not Hiranyakashipu enter Vaikuntha? So these pastimes should be understood very logically, very intensely. That Hiranyakashipu could enter only Svargaloka. Why? Because he was touched by Narsingha. He was the father of Prahlad. So because of that 3 Saptabhi Pita Putaha, the Pita and the Putaha, father and the son, they will be delivered. Because Prahlad has developed love for Krishna, he entered Vaikuntha. But Hiranyakashipu has no love for Krishna. So he entered Svargaloka, saved from hellish planets. So the 21 generations will be saved from hellish planets, falling down into the hellish planets. But they will not enter Vaikuntha. For entering Vaikuntha, you need to be a dedicated devotee of Krishna, all the time thinking about Krishna, thinking that every activity should be connected to Krishna. Ekanta manasayo, Ekanta manasayo, bhakti yogena sevate. We have to do the bhakti yoga services with the ekanta manasayo, with the man dedicated one-pointed focus in Krishna consciousness. So, if till the time you do not think yourself that it's a journey back home, you are just a living entity on this journey. We meet so many people on airplane, 300, 400 people traveling. But till the time destinations comes, somebody goes to Singapore, somebody goes to China, somebody goes to India, somebody goes somewhere. We are not attached to anyone on the airplane. We think that everybody is a passenger on an airplane. Similarly, we need to understand this material world, the family we are living, we are on a plane. All the family members are a passenger of the plane. We are not behaving badly with them. We are behaving nicely with them. But we are also thinking that when the time will arrive, the destinations will be different. Somebody goes to China, somebody goes to Singapore, somebody goes to Thailand, somebody goes to India. So we need to understand this. And with this thought, we have to live our life happily. Do not get attached to the family members, thinking that we are here for permanent members for whole life. So you can relish Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna. Yeah, Prabhuji.
So, my question is, it's always very inspiring to hear lectures and read from Sri Prabhupada. But, as you said, we are still in Maya. And when we go back to Maya, it all gets covered. And again, then when we associate with devotees, we feel very inspired. So, my question is how to develop deep realization so that this message is gone into heart where you live on that platform.
So it's a very nice question, His Grace Rasikanand Prabhuji. I know you know the answer, but still you're asking for the other devotees.
No, I don't know.
Okay. So what I realized, though I am also in the material world and I cannot say that I'm a realized soul, but my realization, because devotees keep asking me a question, how could you leave your corporate world, money, everything? Like I'm traveling for 15 days here. I have small kids. One is in class 10th and another in class 4. And 10th, you understand, board examinations in India. So my son is in board examinations, and if a father is not here, how will he study focusful? He will be here and there. So people, those who think that if I am not there, my son cannot read, study hard. If I am not there, who will give love to my small kid if who's only in class 4? And I'm 15 days out and I'm not talking to my family regularly. And it's not like that I'm coming here only, but after I go back, again I'm traveling. I'm different, because till May 2025, I'm booked for every day. I'm traveling and speaking Bhagavad Kathas everywhere. And till the May arrives, again for 6 months. And this pattern is going on last 16, 17 years. I'm booked. So my kids have never seen me home. And I also never feel like I should be with them every time. So this realization, how did it appear? What I understood, that when we are preaching Krishna consciousness, nobody becomes devotee, but it gives a deep realization every time. Because every day in every class I'm talking different topics. Maybe the audience are changing, but I am not changing. So when different topics, when I speak, it goes deep into realization that what are you doing, Prabhu? You are speaking a lot, but you are not following anything. So it's very hard bondages. It's very difficult to complete it out. But I have seen in my life, whatever little changes have appeared, it's because of two major things. One, association of devotees, those who are self-realized. We have to be in association of those self-realized devotees, and we have to surrender completely with our consciousness. Do not change your surrender to different people. You can listen so many people, you can take inspiration from everyone, but there should be one person who should be your role model and follow dedicatedly. Maybe Srila Prabhupada or your spiritual master or your Siksha Guru. Follow one person dedicatedly. And that person's association is very important. Maybe you become a very exalted or esoteric speaker, but still you have to follow that person. Maybe he is not a good speaker also. At that time, his realizations made you a devotee, then you should be in connection with him. And always remember, we have to serve the devotee. That's one thing. And second, when you speak Srimad Bhagvatam, when you preach Krishna consciousness regularly, and then the deep realizations comes. Because it's not like that I'm speaking Bhagavatam and I go back and I can enjoy my life. When there are 3 classes today, and it's not new thing for me. Prabhuji was asking, it's hectic for you. I said, no, it's my regular schedule. Every day, every morning I give Bhagavatam classes to different temples of Iskcon. Every morning I have house programs, and every evening I have some Bhagavad Kathas, big Pandal programs. So every day I give 3 classes. So I'm in a regular practice. So when I talk so much, when I go back and I sleep, whatever I have what I have spoken the whole day, that goes around in my mind. If I have done a lot of bhajan and kirtan, that goes. If I have done a lot of Bhagvat, this Ajamil pastime will appear again and again. And back of the mind will click. You are talking about intensity. Where is your intensity? Where is your intensity? And that brings the deep realizations. So enter into Bhagavatam again and again. Do not think that I have read Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam many number of times. What's the use of now? So it's difficult for a regular reader to again enter into the same topics. But when you are a preacher, when you're preaching different topics at different places, then you have to enter again and again into Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita for the new people at least. So when you enter, then you will find that I have not understood this thing genuinely actually. And then Bhagavatam mercifully, and the devotee whom you are connected mercifully, and with the two mercies, you get the adhikar to enter into the deep realizations of Bhagavatam. And by the mercy of Bhagavata Geha Bhagavata Sthane, Chaitanya Charitamrita says you have to understand Bhagavatam under the shelter of the Bhagavatam devotees, those who are living Bhagavatam, Bhagavatas. So with the mercy of those devotees and by the book Bhagavatam and the person Bhagavatam, Bhagavatam gives us the deep realization into the heart. And that the stone-hearted heart churns and it's become a buttermilk and a butter, and then Krishna will steal that butter. Krishna will never steal the stone hearts, steal the butter. So these things what I understood. And before doing Bhagavatam, we need to be a good sadhaka. A good speaker cannot say that I am not a student, I am not a good sadhaka. Always remember that we are the sadhakas, we are the servant of the holy name, and we are the carriers of Bhagavatam. So I am not a speaker of Bhagavatam, I am the carrier of Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam Krishna want, I have no notes copy here, I have no pointers in my mobile, I have no laptop. What I spoke for 1 hour, I have not planned even because I did not know the verse. So how could I speak? Krishna was speaking. I am just a carrier of Krishna who is taking this Bhagavatam. Krishna is speaking from my heart. And there is a temple in Iskcon, Odisha, Bhubaneswar temple. So Gaura Govinda Swami, his divine grace Gaura Govinda Swami used to speak for 6 hours per day, Bhagavatam classes. Minimum 4 hours. Every morning class, 4 hours. So the devotees, working devotees used to become perplexed. Swamiji, try to reduce the hours. Every Iskcon temple is having 1 hour or 1.5 hour classes. You are giving 4 hour classes, 6 hour classes. It's difficult for us, Grista people. We have to go for work. Then Gaura Govind Swami angrily shouted on the disciples. Hey, what do you think? I should stop? Oh, I am not speaking. Gaurnita is speaking in my heart. Can you ask Gaurnita to stop? All that says, no Maharaj, we can't. So you can go back if you want to go, but I cannot stop Gaurnitai. That you should not stop. You should stop Gaurnitai, 1 hour is over. You can't say Gaurnitai, stop. So Gaura Govind Maharaj says, Gaurnita is speaking from my heart, I can't stop. So, and he goes on and on, till the time from the heart, the voice comes, it's over. Gaura Govind, stop now. And Gaura Govind Maharaj used to continue. Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj used to give minimum 6 hour classes. And devotees used to become perplexed. Even the sannyasis used to walk down. And once there was a Vraj Mandal Parikrama, sannyasis moved out. It's okay. Sannyasis moved out. And when sannyasis moved out, and Bhakti Siddhanta Swami was disturbed, he says, where are all senior sannyasis? So some brahmacharis said, Maharaj, they have gone for darshan, Vraj Mandal darshan. Because Vraj Mandal Parikrama means darshan. Then Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj said, what kind of darshan you can have from your eyes when your guru is speaking the intricacies of Bhagavatam and you are doing darshan of your eyes? This is just a plastic exercise of your eyes. You can never do, you cannot never see Krishna till the time you don't hear from your guru. So you have to hear. Darshan, Shastra means philosophy. And Darshan, Shastra means philosophy. Till the time philosophy does not enter your ears, you can never see Krishna from your material eyes. And that's why there are so many temples in the world. These are like Lakshmi Narayan temples, and there are Swami Narayan temples. How many are going back to Goloka or Vaikuntha? Nobody is going. Why? Because temple cannot give you consciousness. Consciousness comes by hearing Hari Katha and Hari Bhajan. We are Bhagavad Bhaktas. So temple is given just for associating with devotees. It's a place so that we can associate and can discuss Bhagavatam. When the kirtans and artis are there, people are very happy dancing. But when Bhagavatam comes, people go for a sleep. They doze off. And when the Mahaprasada Govinda prayer comes, they again wake up. So they are very constantly, they can understand where to switch off, where to switch on. So actually, Bhagavatam is very difficult to digest. And somebody starts digesting every day, there is no other option remains. Definitely he will become a pure devotee and a good devotee, and the realizations will come. So other activities goes around the holy name and the hearing of Bhagavatam. And that's why Shravanam and Kirtanam. First comes Shravanam. You can't chant Hare Krishna properly if you're not hearing Harikatha. Harikatha is a source of Hari Bhajan. And that's why Prabhupada has written Srimad Bhagvatam. If Hare Krishna, Hari Bhajan is the ultimate thing, then Prabhupada has not given sacrifice sleep and written so much of scriptures. So that we need to understand. That 6 hours of a class Bhakti Samaj was giving, and one day he asked, I found that many senior people move off, but I see one person is sitting. What's his name? Then Shri Rakshak Swami Maharaj said, Maharaj, Bhaktivinoda Maharaj, he is your disciple. His name is Abhaycharan. And that time Prabhupada was not initiated also. He was just a grasta. Then Bhaktivinoda Maharaj says, he is a nice boy. He is hearing from me 6 hours every day. One time will come, he will do revolutionary work around the world. Because he is attentively hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Then devotees used to ask Prabhupada, Abhaycharan, why do you sit for 6 hours? Don't you feel bored? Because he talks so much of deep philosophy of Bhagavatam, Bhakti Maharaj. Then Abhaycharan used to say, I know I am on a material platform. I cannot understand Srimad Bhagavatam and what to talk about the deep realization and commentaries from Bhakti Maharaj. Actually, I sit down because I know my Guru Maharaj is sitting. And whatever he is speaking transcendental things. And this faith, I kept sitting, that how can I go out before my Guru Maharaj? I have to go later on when my Guru Maharaj leaves the place, and then I can move out from the room. I have to come for Bhagavatam, not after the speaker. I have to come before the speaker. There's a rule of Bhagavatam, that before the Bhagavat starts, come down, and when the Bhagavatam over, speaker moves out, then the devotee should go. And if the Bhagavatam goes for hours, then people start thinking of job, this and that. Prabhu, be practical. It's okay for the practical devotees. We need to be practical. But from the parampara system, practicality will not give you realizations. You need to be impractical. Devotees are mad. They are mad about Krishna. They are mad about Bhagavatam. So for a general person, it's looked to be a mad activity. How can somebody do like this? So people, material people, my relatives used to say, how can you leave? How can you leave your corporate world and become full-time? How will your children will grow? How will they study? How your family will live? So I have faith on my spiritual master that we will give you something to sustain, but we can't give you salaries to enjoy. So I'm sustaining. We just need sustenance. Why we need more? We need sustenance to go back to Krishna. So that comes only by the mercy of Guru. That comes only by the mercy of the holy name Krishna. That's what the realization.
A very important point.
Yeah.
That we should be dedicated to one person and follow. But when Srila Prabhupada was there, for everyone it was very easy.
One.
That's it. But now there are so many sannyasis, so many books.
Yeah.
Every disciple is
Writing books, yeah.
For newcomers, it becomes, and even for those who are practicing for many years, sometimes it becomes confusing. Should we read all these books, or so? Do you have any advice on what should devotee do basically?
What I realize in Canto 1st, chapter 1st, verse number 1st of Bhagavatam. If you go in the commentary, in the second last paragraph, Prabhupada has written, all my disciples, first canto, first chapter, first shloka. So all my disciples should read the commentary of the other acharyas. But before that is written, the sincere disciples. So if you think that you are sincere, you are practicing for long, and you have realized, you have read Bhagavatam 2 times, Chaitanya Charitamrita 2 times minimum, Bhagavad Gita 4, 5, 6 times, 7 times, all the books, small books of Srila Prabhupada, then you can enter into different books, especially the commentaries of the acharyas, and then later on, for information, for preaching purpose, you can use other books. But for sadhana, swadhyay, you need to read Prabhupada books. You should not go here and there. Otherwise, now there are only the 3rd generation has arrived. After 10 generations, nobody will know Prabhupada books. So our our work is to establish again and again Srila Prabhupada books, so that the Prabhupada will remain the eminent Siksha Guru and the Iskcon's founder Acharya. So we should be dedicated to Srila Prabhupada, and we can take the inspiration from other sannyasis, but we should follow the person who brought you in Krishna consciousness, and you should follow Prabhupada and that person. This is sufficient enough to take guidance from one and the books of Srila Prabhupada and the mercy of Prabhupada, and take inspiration from anyone. We have one father, but we have many uncles. So, but we respect all the uncles, but we share our realization and discuss only with our father. So we should have one person with whom we can discuss the intricacies, but we can respect and take inspiration from all the uncles. Hare Krishna. Yeah? Yeah, Mataji.
Working. Prabhuji, I just wanted to know.
It's working, Mataji. Mic, you can. It's off from this laptop. It's a digital management. Yeah, Mataji.
Thank you so much for the wonderful class and wonderful. I've been listening to yourself and the whole Iskcon team since 3 years.
Oh, thank you.
So
Thank you
so
so
much
much.
for coming here and giving us this warm, your insightful, your sharing. So wonderful from you. I was just hoping if you can share some, throw some light on the women in Krishna consciousness. How should they balance their duties? And you are giving the examples of yourself going away from the home and leaving your children behind. But how should the woman do in Krishna consciousness? How should they balance their
So though it's how to women in Krishna consciousness balance and practice, actually it's person to person matters, difference. Some women are working women and they also leave their children. So when it comes to Krishna consciousness, people start asking question. When they're working for material world, they also leave their children early morning, 8 a.m. and they come back at evening 8 a.m., 8 p.m. Still they are working day and night, 12 hours a day. So they never ask how to balance, but they manages. Every soul knows how to manage. People say that we have anger so much inside. Can you do your angerful mood show on your boss from where you are working? He says, no, I can't show my anger to my boss, because you know where to switch off. You know, the soul knows everything, how to balance everybody. Everybody has a different scenarios of their home. So, but for a general practice, woman has to take care of children. That's given by Srila Prabhupada. Women should not work. Women should take care of deities at home and children at home. They should not work professionally as the Prabhupada desired. If very much required financially, we are weakened, and then you should go out and work. If you need, a family needs some financial support, then women should stay home. And in weekends, Saturday, Sunday, when Prabhu is home for a normal general people, not like me, those who are working 7 days, but those are people, those who are working for Monday to Friday, and weekends they are off. They together can go to temple programs. They can be a part of the temple consciousness programs, and they can serve physically some services, practical services. And from Monday to Friday, Prabhu should work outside and Mataji should work at home, and they should chant together. I have seen one video from Chinese devotees. I think you also have seen that video. They are woodcutters in China. So they have a good family, very small apartment, and in China they have a different style of living. So they have Radha Krishna altar with a curtain in their room of sleeping room only. So they all sleep on floor mattresses, and they are very practically doing everything in that video. 4 a.m. the two children and mother and father all wake up, and then they go for a bath. They have a hand pump and their forest area, and they take a bath. Again they come back. It's winter times, so they are wearing the clothes, winter clothes, and then they all four together open the curtains of their altar and they do Mangal Arati. And after doing the Mangal Arati, woman goes for cooking, and husband goes for making the children dress for their school. So Mataji is cooking food, making the tiffin boxes packed, and the husband is making the children in a uniform, dressing them in uniforms. After the children are ready, Mataji goes for cleaning the home, Prabhuji go for dropping the children to the school. And when Prabhu come back, and the both of them sit together and chant their rounds together. And few rounds, 4-6 rounds, then Mataji goes for cooking for Prabhu, and then they bring prasadam. Then Prabhu eats prasadam, and they go for cutting the woods. And it's a woodcutter family. So after cutting woods, selling woods, bring money, and then they go. Then Prabhu goes to school to bring children back, and then children come back. Prabhu is taking out the uniforms. Mataji is cooking food for children. And when they cooked food is cooked, both all of 4 of them sit together and take evening prasadam. And after the prasadam is done, children go for working their homeworks given from school. And Mataji and Prabhuji sitting together, finishing their 16 rounds. When the rounds are done, children are done with the homework, they all sit together and they read Srimad Bhagvatam. And they do kirtan for Bhagavad Gita, and some kirtans are being done. One day, like Prabhuji is speaking, Mataji and children are hearing. One day Mataji is speaking, children and Prabhu is hearing. One day children are speaking and whole family is hearing. So they have 4 speakers in their family, Bhagavad speakers. Small children are speaking the verses and their realizations, little bit whatever, and read purports of Srila Prabhupada. Once everything is done, then they do the Shayan Arti of Lord. And when the Lord is slept, then whole family sit together and chant few rounds. Mataji, Prabhuji extra rounds, and children are chanting small number of rounds because they are studying children. So they chant 2 rounds or 4 rounds. When everything is done, they again at 9 p.m. they go for sleep, and again 3 a.m. they wake up. So this is their family life. So this is how you can also plan different scenarios. So how I planned, that I have my parents at my home. I have not earned any, in my name, there is no property, there is no house, there is no car, there is no vehicle, there is no flat in my name, there is nothing. Because I left my career very early, and whatever I had given to my family for sustenance. So I have nothing with me. So I have little bit support from the temple side, for which I am living. So dedicatedly I am traveling and doing some preaching work. And the traveling is sponsored by the devotees. They sponsor, they bring. So I be with them and speaking Bhagavatam. So my family, my wife and my 2 children with the parents. Parents also retired. Wife is also not working, and children are school going. So nobody works in our family actually. And I am also not working. So nobody is working. So whatever I earned from my corporate and my father earned, they have the savings. With a little bit of savings, they are managing groceries and something at home, and they're living together. So when we go for yatras, so my family, my children, they come with me. They learn Krishna consciousness. When I'm doing kathas locally in Delhi, so my wife comes out of 7 days, at least 2 days from in the beginning and the end. Children also comes, and they spoke Bhagavad Gita verses on stages, and how they have learned the Gita completely now. And my son has won best speaker of Bhagavad Gita award in North India. So this is how we can make our life. And my father has learned 700 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, and my father chants 32 rounds per day. So it's very easy if you surrender to Krishna. Krishna arranges everything. So whenever required in temple services, so Mataji, my wife come along with me, sending children, and my parents take care of children. The wife comes with me. She do some little bit activities in temple, whatever sevas are required. Then when we go back, and she take care of children, I take care of the preaching work. And this is how we together, all family members, managing. So prime concern is that whole family should become a devotee first. Then it's no problem. Siddharth, who is an example, Mataji, Prabhuji, children, all are Krishna conscious. So since morning, they all come for Bhagavad classes. Every time parents are accompanying him. So it's nice that he's cultivating. Achyut Seva Prabhu having Mataji, parents, everybody is a devotee in the family. So it's look good that whole family members are such a strong result report. Krishna Bihari Prabhu managing small kids. Mataji is going out because they are crying. So Mataji need to take care of children. Prabhuji can hear. Later on, he can share the realizations with Mataji. This is how we manage. When my two children were in the womb, at that time also I was a full-time preacher. So I used to speak Bhagvatam classes, and my wife used to sit and hear. 9 months she heard Bhagvatam, and we get little bit Krishna conscious children. Not completely, but yes, little bit. so this is how we manage this. Soul knows how to manage. Just need to be priority, Krishna to be given priority. Krishna give you buddhi, dadami buddhi yogam tam yin mamupyantite. How you will follow. So, but you need to be continuously engaged in Krishna consciousness. Even recently, my mother suffered with a heart attack and she was hospitalized. At that day, there was a class in Iskcon Dwarka. So the devotees all around, they said, Prabhu, you can skip today's Bhagavatam class because I give everyday classes. Skip today's class, you need time at the hospital. I said, doctor are taking care. I am not a doctor. I am sitting and just in anxiety. What the answer will doctor will give? Why should I waste my time? Meeting to the patient time is 11 a.m. Why should I wait from morning to 11 a.m.? I can go to temple and can class at 8 to 10, meet devotees, come back at 11 and can go to meet doctor also. So we can manage things, but we are emotionally attached, then we cannot do anything actually. We need to be practical in that sense actually. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Yeah. Again, you can ask question for people on mic. Yeah.
So how can we have a heart of melted butter without being emotionally?
Yeah. So it's no doubt we need to be emotional, but the emotional should have a tinge of devotional. Yeah? Emotional should have a tinge of devotional. If it is emotional on a material platform, it's not going to help us out. For example, if I give my mobile phone to you, Prabhu, please take care. And now you have your own mobile with you. Your sincerity towards which mobile phone is more? Your own or the given by Prabhu? Answer.
Probably my own.
Your own mobile. If I give you my mobile to take care, you will take care of your own mobile, not my mobile.
I thought that's the answer you wanted me to say.
So, what do you say? What Prabhu you say? Will take care of whose? If I give you something, you will take care of my thing, your mobile, na? So similarly, we think that this family member belongs to me, and you think that family member belongs to Krishna. In both the things, where you are more sincere for your family members, Krishna has given. You will take care of them more nicely. So it's not about emotionally attached and giving number of hours to your family. It's about giving a quality time to family. When I go back, I sit with my children, even for 2 hours, we'll discuss Krishna Bhakti, their school life, my wife's family life. It's not about that if we talk day and night for 8 hours, hand in hand, oh my darling, I love you so much, I can't stay without you. That's not required in Krishna consciousness. We need to be taking care. Like tortoise lay eggs on the river sides, river beds, and goes back into the river. And by the eyes, tortoise taking care of the eggs. And this is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. So similarly, the guru, spiritual master, take care of disciples, not by being with them, but by mercifully giving them mercy from far away, by the eyes only. Similarly, we need not to be with the family all the time. We can throw our eyes. Now we have the internet eyes also. We have WhatsApp eyes, video callings. We can take care of family through eyes, but not need to be physically present. So emotional should have a tinge of devotional. That is required. If we are materially, emotionally attached, then we are in the bondage of Satoguna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna. We need to be out. There were two sannyasis. So one sannyasi, Ramanujacharya, was a great acharya of Sri Sampradaya. So acharya wanted that I will give initiation of a sannyas to two of my disciples. Both are married grastas. Oh, first you end up your grasta life, then I will give you sannyas. So both were thinking that when the grasta life will finish, I will become a sannyasi, preacher of Sri Sampradaya. So at the same time, both of them wife passed away. So one person was doing this, fanning the fire, fanning the fire on the pyre, and he wanted that should burn immediately, the lady, and I can become a sannyasi. Another person crying in tears that she was so supportive. She supported me in Krishna consciousness. And now I have to take care of my family also. She helped me out. I was always out. She was in family. And he has tears. So now both of them reached to Ramanujacharya. And devotees aspiring, initiated disciples of Ramanujacharya, they were thinking, who will become the sannyasi next? So devotees discuss a lot. They says, obviously, one who was fanning, he is detached from the material world. He will become a sannyasi soon. But when Ramanujacharya came to know, he gave sannyas initiation to a person who has tears in his eyes. So that emotion is required. But you should not be dry. But it's not, relishment does not mean that you think only 4 people are your members. You have to have a broad vision that all the living entities are our family members. Here I am also thinking this is my family. And I'm serving for Krishna. Krishna is taking care of my family. I have eyes on my family. So this is how you can stay with your family for a quality time. Go out, preach, help, serve Krishna. Krishna will take care and remain of the times. You don't need to be emotionally every time from morning 4 to night 12, hanging around your children. If I go out, who will take care? Krishna is there. You're not the caretaker. Krishna is the caretaker. You are just an instrumental in the hands of Krishna. That emotion with the devotion. You should be loving, but you should not be dry, but emotionally, materially, attachment should not be there. Getting my point?
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Prabhuji has a question. Yeah, please.
One is a bit. So, for example, if the Vishnu Dut kills a Yamdut, what would have been their destination?
If Vishnu Dutas have killed the Yamdutas, so that depends on Yamaraj because he is the HR manager for our destiny. He will decide. Actually, this is the first time a question arises. This is a different case study you're asking. But still, because Vishnu Dutas has the power, if they kill, seeing the Vishnu Dutas, they will not enter into hellish planets again. But they will not go to Vaikuntha also. They will take birth, these souls will come into the bodily, earthly planet, and they have to live their life again. And if they develop Krishna consciousness or Vaikuntha consciousness, then they can enter Vaikuntha. But killing of the Vaikuntha Vishnu Dutas does not mean that they will not go earth or they will not take birth again. They will be relieved of their bondages and they will not enter hellish planet. They will be liberated from hellish planets.
They're already in hellish planets.
Yeah.
And second question is, you know how you mentioned the consciousness and the sin, it's removed?
Yeah.
The sin is removed, not the consciousness. So, in the Padma Purana, it says, a person who is cremated, who is cystic in the funeral, they go back to Vaikuntha. How do we understand?
So there are 3 Vaikunthas. One is the Karunadaksai Vaikuntha. After crossing that, nobody has to come back. And within it, if you go the causal ocean, you will see this Brahman, the universe has 14 planetary system. And on the 14 planetary system side, there is one Vaikuntha called Kshirodakshay Vaikuntha. So whenever Brahmaji also goes to Vaikuntha, prayers that Krishna please appear, we see that Brahma always go for worshipping Vishnu. So Brahma is a jiva and he cannot enter Vaikuntha till the time he developed the Krishna consciousness. So how could Brahma reaches to Vaikuntha? Durvasa Muni, who was did offense, Vaishnava offense to Amrish Maharaj. He went to Kailash, he went to Brahmaloka, but he also reached to Vaikuntha. But how can a Vaishnava offender can enter Vaikuntha? So these all people go to Vaikuntha, which is called as Shirodakshay Vaikuntha. And from there, there's a chance of coming back is there. And that's why Prabhupada said that in our parampara, we have Vaikuntha children. So how can a soul come back again from Vaikuntha? Because Krishna says, Yad Gatvana Nivartante Tad Dhamam Paramamama. So it will not come back. Then how they are coming back? Vaikuntha children. Because they're coming from Shirodakshay Vaikuntha. From Shirodakshay Vaikuntha, we can come back. For some time we stay, but we come back again. But the Vaikuntha which we talked about in Shastras or Puranas, when we go to crossing the Karnadaksai Vaikuntha, or Narsingh Vaikuntha, Saket, Dwarka, Mathura, Goloka, we will not come back. So this Tulsi leaves will help you to reach to Shirodakshay Vishnu, and there you can develop the consciousness of Krishna consciousness. So like we also write in Agni Purana, if you donate one tile in the temple, you will get a palace in Goloka or Vaikuntha. Just by giving one tile, how can one go to Vaikuntha? It is very easy to book a Vaikuntha by giving some few dollars. But it's difficult. So this is a step towards going Vaikuntha. In next life, it will give a Krishna consciousness, and that person will start chanting Hare Krishna. Or in this life, if he has given donation, then his mind will ask him to come again and again to a temple to show his relatives, this tile is donated by me. And by coming regularly to a temple, having the darshan of God Nitai, and by associating with the devotees, hearing Bhagvatam and chanting Hare Krishna, he has a chance that he will enter the eternal Vaikuntha. So that's why in how many births somebody will enter, that is not mentioned. The Puranas plays a role, and Puranas are actually written for the karmakants, people, those who need the result of their karmas. So for them to know the glories of Tulsi, it's written, okay? You put Tulsi and you reach Vaikuntha. Not in this life, it's not written in how many births. Bahunan janm janmanante jnanavan mam prapadyante vasudevam sarvamiti sahamatma sudurlabha. So Mahatmas in many births reach to the consciousness. It's not in one day game or a one life game. So that's why Puranas gives us inspiration. Just by putting Tulsi, a person who has done a lot of sin, he will reach Vaikuntha. In next life, he will take a birth in a devotional family, and he will carry on, reach Vaikuntha. No doubt he will reach Vaikuntha, eternal Vaikuntha. But in how many births? So these two understanding we can take. Hare Krishna. Okay. Yeah, Mataji also has one question. Yeah, I am okay, but you should be okay.
Thank you for your question. I have many thoughts in my mind.
Yeah.
I have two questions now. Can you explain a little bit about Ajamila's previous life? I heard that it's not only because Narayana and had a 25 years also have a little bit
Past life karmas, yeah.
So he can
Yeah.
get delivered.
Yeah. So in the past life, Ajamil was a very good a tapasvi, and he stays in Himalayas. So one day his body was in fever, lot of fever, completely burning fever. So one person was going there, a Brahmin with his daughter, and both of them were going through that Himalayas, and they saw a person, a tapasvi, in a cave in a very burning fever. So that Brahmin person asked to the daughter, please rub and give some massage to this person so that he can be saved from dying. So when she rubbed the foots of that brahmachari tapasvi, he was a renunciate person. So he came into his consciousness and he became very angry. And he says, how can you touch me? I am doing sincerely brahmacharya tapasya for last so many years. You have broken my brahmacharya by touching me. How could you touch me? And he cursed that you will fall down and you become a prostitute. You touched other male members. I curse you. So she started crying. And Brahmana said, we were serving you. Our motto was a moral motto to serve you, social motto to serve you, to help you. And on that ground, she touched you, but you're cursing her. So she cursed again, that if you curse me that I become prostitute, I curse you that you will also take both and I become the reason of your falling down. And this is how that lady become, that prostitute was that girl from the past life, and Ajamil was that tapasvi from the past life. And because he has done tapasya, so he get the consciousness also. But because he was cursed of that person, and the Brahmin